From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The train is starting to cause some problems here. The neighbors have to say what is being done. Coming up.
Central Valley Fire Chief Ron Linthroth was placed on administrative leave. I'm Annie Johnson with more details coming up.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Montana. It is 6:31. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. Interesting morning after that rain yesterday. Could be slick in places.
It could be. There's not a lot of reports of accidents or anything like that.
Great.
But
Yeah.
the possibility is some black ice on a few of those overpasses certainly is a possibility early this morning. I'm putting yellow out just as a cautionary. There have been areas dealing with ice or black ice on the area roadways. That's Bozeman Pass, Homestake Pass, Gallatin Canyon. Reports from Norris Hill are dry, but there may be some icy spots out there, so just keep your eyes open as you're driving. Temperatures into the 30s. There's a lot of wind down the Madison Valley already this morning. We're mainly dealing with cloudy conditions. You look at that planner, our daytime temperature should climb to near 50 degrees again today. That is cooler than it was yesterday and still well above average for most of southwest Montana. Record highs possible. We'll talk about that coming up here at about 6:14.
All right.
Or, what is it, 46, 45? I don't know. I'm done.
Subtracting. 6:32. Our top story this morning, a very close call near Whitehall yesterday for a 7-year-old boy and his school bus driver. The two survived after another driver slammed into their bus head on. Happened just before 7 o'clock in the morning yesterday on Highway 2 outside of Whitehall. Driver of a minivan which crashed into the bus died at the scene. Montana Highway Patrol says the 52-year-old man from Manhattan heading west when he failed to negotiate a curve, crossed the center line and smashed head-on into the bus. A 35-year-old woman from Belgrade was also in the minivan. She was injured. Neither she nor the driver were wearing seat belts. School bus does not have seat belts for students, but the driver was wearing hers. The two were the only ones on the bus at the time of the crash. Montana Highway Patrol says they weren't hurt, but both were taken to St. James Hospital in Butte to be checked out just in case. Trooper on the scene reports that drugs may have been a factor in that crash. 6:33 now. If you've driven in Belgrade or Bozeman, chances are you've had to wait on a train. MTN's Edgar Cedillo takes a look at how the rail traffic causing problems and questions about safety.
The sound of the train might not seem all that bad, but get closer to the train tracks and you can start to see why this is becoming a bigger headache for some people. For Reno Walsh, living near the train has not only become something he has to sit in traffic and deal with, but it's something that he says is affecting his quality of life.
For a family man like me, my kids on occasion will wake up because of the trains, and I wake up often.
According to MDT, as many as 38 trains travel here per day, which is causing some major traffic problems. Now they're taking a look at solutions around Jackrabbit Lane.
The real elephant in the room wasn't necessarily the capacity increase on Jackrabbit Lane. It was the at-grade rail crossing.
MDT says commute times in Montana have gone up nearly 5%, and Fogarty says that could be even more here in southwest Montana.
So we need the capacity, but the feedback from the public was you can give us all the capacity you want. We still have this bottleneck at the rail crossing.
In Belgrade, where the train passes through on Jackrabbit, around 22,000 cars drive here per day. And in Bozeman around Rouse, around 14,000 cars drive there per day. And for a resident like Walsh, it's having its negative effects.
So the train does impact everybody. And sure.
In 2016, MDT conducted a study that found 10 crossings across the state would be of high consideration for reconstruction. Of those 10, 3 were in Gallatin County. Jackrabbit, Griffin, and Rouse were listed in the study, and the study found that Jackrabbit was one of those high priority ones.
Particular crossing had the greatest number of daily vehicle volumes and traffic delays of all the crossings analyzed in that.
With all the growth taking place in the area, MDT says it's hard to play catch up, and trying to get every project some priority and getting funded has been the biggest task.
We know we're behind the 8 ball, all of us, city, county, state, where we've had this large influx and our system is being...
MDT says with the passage of the infrastructure bill, that could mean more funding, and Walsh hopes that also means a better night's sleep, which he wishes was
tomorrow, but if I have to wait till next year, that's better than waiting 5 years from now. It will happen.
Now, MDT hopes that with the passage of the infrastructure bill, they'll be able to move the Jackrabbit project up. But even if that project still is moved up, it could still be a couple of years before you see construction. In Bozeman, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
Staying in Belgrade just a minute, complaints about leadership and communication issues within the Central Valley Fire District, leading to some major changes within the department. TN's Annie Johnson has more.
Central Valley Fire District's Board of Trustees unanimously voted to place Chief Ron Linthroth on administrative leave.
All right, I make a motion to place Chief Linthroth, Fire Chief, on paid administrative leave immediately.
Which all 4 board trustees voted in favor of during the last board meeting on November 9th.
Motion's been carried. All in approval of the motion, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
So what led to the vote to place Linthroth on leave? Well, that part still remains unclear. MTN News reached out to Linthroth, who declined to comment and referred us to talk to the Board of Trustees. But Board Chairman Ty Elliott has not responded to multiple attempts for an interview. Records from the August 17th board meeting show concerns were expressed from the local 4939 union over communication issues from Chief Linthroth. And during the October 12th meeting, it was stated that during Chief Linthroth's 9.5-year tenure, 13 members have left the department, but that was the same pattern under previous leadership. Chief Linthroth will remain on paid administrative leave while an investigation occurs. The next regular meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, December 14th at 5:30 at Station 1. Reporting in Belgrade, Annie Johnson, MTN News.
Now, Annie tells us Central Valley serves 36,000 residents in Belgrade, River Rock, Valley Center, Four Corners, Spring Hill, Dry Creek, and the Reese Creek community, as well as assisting other local departments. 5:37 now. While many people will celebrate this holiday season with a glass of alcohol, others will reach for a glass of something a little lighter. Non-alcoholic beverages that are designed to try and mimic alcohol without the buzz are a growing trend. And as Maya Rodriguez tells us, some are tapping into that growing business.
No matter the life's journey, the company Better Roads is pouring it on and pouring it out,
Tequila alternative.
in the hopes customers might make a detour to them.
As the name of the company suggests, there's different roads and journeys that our people are on.
Including those searching for an alternative to alcohol beyond sparkling water or soda, a conundrum first encountered by founder Chris Becker.
It started with trying to solve a problem for myself.
While on vacation with his family, he went in search of alcohol-free beer and discovered a whole new business opportunity.
So it came up with the idea of maybe there's other people like me that would want to sample and taste for this space that maybe they didn't even know existed.
2 years later, and it's turned into this. Part in-person tasting room, part online sales. Better Roads is all in on alcohol-free beers, wines, and other spirits from around the world.
We have the largest selection of alcohol-free products in North America.
Sales of alcohol-free beers, wines, and other beverages are growing. An industry group that tracks alcohol sales found that in the sphere of low and alcohol-free, sales were up 4.5% in 2020 from the prior year. By 2024, they estimate an explosive growth, with U.S. sales climbing by more than 31%.
There's a growth in the movement about mindful drinking or sober curious.
Those in the business of traditional alcoholic beverages are taking notice.
You're starting to see the traditional winemakers and the traditional, California, Europe, Germany, all the places where you associate excellent wine, they're all starting to make alcohol-free wines.
At the Better Roads warehouse in Connecticut, they're now gearing up for what they expect to be a busy holiday season, ahead of the so-called dry January, where people forego drinking after New Year's.
But it's definitely becoming more prevalent here, as well as New Year's. People tend to try to take a break in January, whether it's a cleanse or New Year's resolutions or what have you.
It has the social aspect, but you're not having to explain, why are you drinking club soda? Why are you drinking, cola or something? You have your drink, no one's asking you questions. It takes the edge off of that social situation.
Okay, but how does it taste? I decided to give an alcohol-free margarita a try.
And there's a kick in it.
A lot of our tequila alternatives have a little bit of a spice mixed in, so whether that's a cayenne pepper or some kind of spicy pepper to sort of give it that real kick that you would get from a traditionally made tequila.
It's the kind of taste test that prompted Better Roads to expand and open a tasting room.
The growth over the past year has been pretty phenomenal.
A trajectory they hope will continue.
You have one, a non-alcoholic, dark and stormy.
In Madison, Connecticut, I'm Maya Rodriguez.
Cheers.
6:31, time for a quick break here on Montana This Morning.